to Natty's Home Cooking, and today we are going to make another Mediterranean dish. This is called the grilled chicken with wheat pasta. Um, I honestly have never used wheat pasta or wheat rice. I just don't like wheat too much, but this is a new diet that I'm doing. So um, look how many potassium it has in this pasta. That is actually wonderful, especially whenever you cut out carbs, you cut out sugars, caffeines, all this. You need that potassium so that you don't cramp up. Because I did start to cramp up a little bit in my legs, my feet, and I was lacking potassium. So this is one of the things that I need in my diet. So anyway, we're going to go ahead and start cutting up this chicken because we're going to grill it in olive oil. You can use olive oil, or you can use avocado oil. But I'm going to do the olive oil. So I'm going to just cut these up here a little bit. I'm going to take the parts that I don't like on this chicken and give it to the dogs because there's some parts I just don't like, the gristle and um, other little fatty stuff on here. So I'm going to remove that stuff off there. And once we get this all like diced up a little bit, you don't want them diced into chunks, just shredded like strips. So that's all that we're doing here. Anyway, so once we get done with that, we'll place it on the hot griddle on the olive oil, and we'll let that griddle saute up a little bit. And we'll also add in some red onions here in a second too as well. Okay, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to my pan, and I do probably about a tablespoon, and I just kind of like move it around in the pan so it gets all coated, and then I'll add in that chicken. And then once we add in the chicken, we definitely want to shred up some or dice up some red onions, and then we'll add it to the pan as well. All right. Okay, guys, so I'm going to finish up this cooking on the chicken. My pasta is going, and I've already got it going on the stove, and I'm adding the seasonings to this. Now, you can add Mrs. Dash. I've added garlic powder, I've added Italian seasoning and black pepper, and a little bit of sea salt. Now, I am going to dice up some tomatoes here in a second. I just want to stir this around a little bit, and then what I'm going to do is once I stir it, I'm just going to let it go ahead and finish cooking with the lid covered, and we'll let that finish up. Okay, we're going to chop up this tomato here, and we're going to just make them into chunks. We'll dices, and then once you dice those up, just go ahead and add it into the pasta. I've already got my pasta in a bowl, because I'm going to be eventually adding it all together in the pan with the chicken. But for right now, I'm going to just add it in with the pasta that I've got into a bowl. So once we get this done, we're going to eventually cut up some broccoli as well. Okay, now we're going to start on the red onion. We're going to just slice it, and then we'll eventually make them into dices, and then we'll add it to the chicken. And then we'll let that saute a little bit before we add the pasta, broccoli, and tomatoes. Okay, so with my pasta, I do add a little bit of garlic powder and a little bit of olive oil. Like I said, you can use avocado oil if you want. And I do Italian seasoning and a little bit of black pepper, and I just mix it up really, really good before I add my vegetables into this pasta. And then once we get done mixing this all up with the vegetables, we're going to add it into the chicken. Now I just want to kind of add these in here. and then we'll transform over into the chicken. Okay, now that we got that all mixed up, this is an option. I mean, you don't have to add this in here, but I do it for more flavor and more of like a filler in with this. So I add a little bit of cottage cheese. This is a 4% cottage cheese. Now, cottage cheese is very, very healthy for you. Um, it's got a lot of nutrition in with this the cottage cheese, so much that it can do for you. I eat cottage cheese a lot because it's, like I said, very healthy. If you guys want to check it out, I will give you the facts on this and the link that you can go look at about cottage cheese. So what we're going to do is just let this cook in with the pasta, and we're going to cover it and let it just marinate all together. Now, this dish that I just made, for me, it will last about 2 to 3 days because I eat it for lunch and sometimes dinner. So I have a full meal here that I can, have for a couple of days. So it's a really great dish to have, and that'll last you for a little bit. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I hope you really enjoyed this dish like I did. This was so, so good. I'm really enjoying eating the Mediterranean diet now. I'm so glad I got started on it. It's been over a week now since I've been at the hospital, and I'm on this diet. So anyway, guys, you all have a wonderful night. Stay safe and God bless. Talk to you later.